Hey guys, I'm Trent with Guitar Animal. Today we're going to teach you how to get the Hendrix sound without breaking the bank. You don't want to go out and buy the Super Lead Plexi for $2,000 or $3,000, buy all the effects that Hendrix had to try to get that. It's awesome, but it's very expensive. So what we're using today is our Black Star amp that we usually use in the studio here. I've got it dialed up to give you a Marshall Plexi type sound, which is not as gainy as you might think. We'll look at that, and you can check the settings out in the picture below. We'll have a picture of this to show you what we use today. I am using a fuzz, which you have to have a fuzz for Hendrix sound. I'm going for the real meat and potatoes Hendrix sound today, so we're not using an octavo, we're not using a wah-wah, not using a univibe or rotovibe or any of that. Just going to use a fuzz into the amp, which gives you the meat and potatoes of his sound. But the real secret to his tone are the strings that I've got on this guitar today. He used a very unique gauge set of strings, and we'll have those listed in the comments below here. You can actually see the gauge to this. But it's a 10 to 38 set, so it's really odd, particularly on 3 of the strings. The third string of a 10 gauge set would normally be up in the 17 range. This is a 15, which is lighter than you would have on a regular 9 gauge set. It's key to his tone, as well as your 5th string is actually just like what you would find on a 9 gauge set. And the 6th string is the real trick, 38. Should be a 46 in a regular 10 gauge set, so much lighter. So it's a more thin sound, really. It's looser, and it really gives you that tone. So I'm going to go back and forth and play some of these riffs with this guitar, and then I've got another guitar identical to this, which will have a regular set of 10s on it, and I think you'll hear a difference. But the main thing here is using the right gauge set, learn to play the riffs, of course, use the fuzz pedal, and have your amp set up really for a Marshall Plexi type sound, which that's all over the internet. You can see what that sounds like and adjust your amp accordingly. All right, so without the fuzz, the amplifier sounds like this. And that is my bridge pickup on a Strat, neck pickup. Which is more of my distorted sound. It's just spitting distortion, but not really overly distorted. But then you're going to lay the fuzz on top of it, which is very distorted. Today I'm using a fuzz head by Neely. I didn't use the regular Hendrix type fuzz. You can get those, but this one actually has both both types of diodes. You get your silicon diode in there and your germanium diode, which is what they used back in the 60s. To me, with all this gain, I can't hear much of a difference between the two diodes, so you could probably be safe using either one. But again, you want to set your amp up for a mild overdrive and then hit it with the fuzz. So again, without the fuzz, sounds like this. Add the fuzz. Fuzz off. Sounds good without the fuzz, but it doesn't sound nearly as Hendrixy, particularly when you're sailing around doing slides. It really has a lot of gain. No fuzz, add fuzz. It's a really Hendrixy type vibe when you add that to it. One thing I did that's unique to the Black Star that we have here is they actually have an ISF control on that, which balances between a Marshall type sound or a Fendery type sound, and you can just twist that one way or the other. I have it hard cranked to the right, all Marshall sound. Black Star was actually a company started by a couple of Marshall engineers, so they know what Marshalls are supposed to sound like. All right, so we also have companion videos to this. You can check out a riffology page if you wanted to learn some Hendrix riffs. I do cover some of those there. Be under Hendrix Riffology. You can check it out at Guitar Animal. And I'm also going to review these guitars, which the guitars I'm actually playing today are the Road Worn. So you've heard me play a few things on this one, which has a Hendrix set on it. I'm going to switch over to another guitar with a regular set of 10s, play the same type stuff, and I think you'll hear a difference. All right, guys, so now I've switched guitars to an identical Road-Worn Strat guitar, but it has a regular set of 10s instead of the Hendrix set. So listen closely. I think you're going to hear, this is going to sound good, but you're going to hear a difference in the overall tone character. All right, let's see what it sounds like. really hear a difference on the 3rd string and the 5th string, particularly when I was doing manic depression riffs there. It's just these are meatier strings, there's more information there, they sound different. So if you're really looking to nail a Hendrix sound, I do recommend getting a set of the Hendrix strings. A lot of different companies make them. I was able to find very easily a set of the Fenders. They're called the Voodoo Child set, and they're 10 to 38. You should be able to find them almost anywhere. They're not expensive. Throw a set on your guitar, see if you don't agree. You will sound more like Hendrix tone. I'm Trent. Check us out at guitaranimal.com. Hope you enjoyed this video.